I am back in Berlin. It is week 8, and I just did an adventure, and that was cool. So, Monday wasn't really a big day. It was like my last day in class for the first 8 weeks. I'm gonna miss that class. It was a nice class, but I think a lot of people are coming back. So afterward, I went with Leah to meet up with Bethany and Katie to print out the tickets at the school Katie works at. And so we printed that out, and then I went home, did the final packing, and went to bed to wake up. So then Tuesday happens, and we're up, and we're ready, and we go on the flight. And it was a nice flight to Dublin, and I then got on a bus to head to Limerick. So it stopped off at another bus station at Dublin first, which I had to switch off of. But there, 2 people came up to me. I think they thought I was Irish at first or something, and asked me if this is the way to go to Limerick. They're Irish as well. They were like, "Is this where the bus to Limerick goes?" I'm like, "I think. I have no idea. This is my first time here." They thought I meant there, not Ireland in general. Even with my accent, but I mean, I do follow a YouTuber who everyone thinks is American, but he says certain things a little differently. He overpronounces his H's, as they would say. So I got talking to these people, and they were from Limerick, but I guess they never took this coach before. And then I get to Limerick, and I hang out with Becca and her friends, and we order burritos. In Ireland, I know. But while Becca and one of her flatmates go to pick it up, I'm talking with some of the other flatmates who are from Ireland, and found out that my ancestry is from the same county that they live in right now, and it was like, "Oh, that's so cool, you guys are from Mayo!" Ah! Yeah. And then I went out to a bar with Becca and some of her friends, and it was really fun because we got a big van taxi that fit all 8 of us. But one of Becca's friends and I sat up front with the driver, and we were just having a hell of a time with that driver, just exchanging stories, just talking, going crazy. It was really cool. That he was a nice driver. And then the next day, I had lunch with Becca, and then went to Dublin, where I met up with Katie and Bethany, and we had dinner at a pretty nice pub. Had some live music. Then Bethany and I woke up early to fly to Edinburgh. So we get to Edinburgh, we check into our hostel, and then we go to the Elephant House, where J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, and we meet up with Michelle and her friend Stacey. So we had breakfast there, and went to Edinburgh Castle, and it was just oh my god, all the memories I had. There's so many pictures from this trip, just from Edinburgh and Scotland. So then after, we went on the Scotch whiskey experience, where I got this very nice Scotch glass. That was really cool. I enjoyed it. We walked around the city a lot, mainly the Royal Mile. But then we did a ghost tour, which I wasn't too excited about at first. I ended up really enjoying it. We went we went into the vaults under a bridge there, which had was originally built for merchants to store stuff, but then became a criminal underground, and it was closed off in the 1700s or something. Reopened in the 1980s. And that's when the paranormal stuff started happening, really, when they opened it back up. And, like, there's been reports of, like, getting scratches, or even people getting, like, beaten up and pinned to the floor. I kept getting, like, water dripped on me, because we were, like, underground. So, like, water kept hitting me on the head, just hitting me everywhere. And then, like, we signed up for the Double Dead tour. So not only did we do the vaults, we went to this, this cemetery. As soon as we get to the cemetery, it starts raining. It's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So we walked by the Mackenzie family mausoleum, which is supposedly super haunted by the Mackenzie poltergeist. And then we went into what our tour guide said was the first concentration camp ever. And it was where, I believe she said, the pro-Presbyterians in Edinburgh put, like, the Catholics or the non-Presbyterians who were fighting, like imprisoned them in the back of this graveyard. And so we stood in a place called the Black Mausoleum. It was interesting. We hung around the like the little shop / office they had, which was in the graveyard actually, right by the gate. And we were talking to our tour guide because we knew that J.K. Rowling took some names, such as Sirius Black, from that graveyard. We actually didn't know about Sirius Black. She told us about Sirius Black. We knew about Tom Riddle. But yeah. So the next day we decided to get up early, and we did a tour that took us out into the Highlands. So, we didn't know this, but, the tour we signed up for ended up having that company's 1 millionth customer. So we got cake, but then we also, sorry, I'm trying to adjust it. We got cake, oh god, the iPad might fall over. Well, we got cake, but then we also got little bottles of whiskey. So I'm going to be doing the rest of the vlog with some scotch. That should be good. Supposed to look at the different color, but this is a blended whiskey, not a specific one. Then you gotta swoosh it. Then breathe. Good smell to it. That's good. Very, very strong there. So yeah, we did that. So we passed Stirling Castle, which I've already been to. Then we went to Doom Castle, which is known for being 4 different castles in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It is also Castle Winterfell from Game of Thrones, and it's also used in the TV series Outlander. So that was cool. We drove through Callander, which I've been to before as well, to see Hamish the cow. Hamish wasn't there, and I was saddened. If I didn't mention the days, this is now Friday.